What's going on, GeoFuck? Psych Perspectives here. And let me give a shout out to all of the anti-fraud warriors, okay? All of the anti-fraud warriors, everyone from Anti-Afros, Bengalis, Linen Honor, Common Sense, Fun, Let's Talk with E&J, Flowers and Jellies, Monty Woodgrain, I believe it's the Creole Doll. Shout out to everybody that's on the anti-fraud warriors. Now, and a huge shout out again to Anti-Afro Bengalis and what happened to Common Sense and Linen Honor, because and E&J, basically everybody, but seriously, so many people have detailed point by point the discrepancies that comes with Dr. Umar Johnson and the FDMG school scam. Okay? It's like day after day, week after week, people are coming in providing the receipts, the facts, the documentation showing this Umar has not paid taxes on this property, showing that you owe child support, you have pending court cases for back paid child support, showing you, Umar, going on podcasts and radio interviews, literally switching up what you're saying. 1 minute the school is going to open on August 20th, 2019, then it's going to be August 20th, 2020. Now, in a recent radio show, podcast show with Umar Johnson, he literally says, well, we don't really have a date for when the FDMG school building is going to open. And mind you, many of us already knew that. We knew that there was not a date. This man has been lying to you for over 4 years. And if we're really being honest, he's been lying for the past decade. But okay, let's continue on, right? And as Common Sense brought up, there is literally a different group of people who have been rehabbing the school buildings where the FDMG school is supposed to be at. There's literally a totally different entity, group of people rehabbing the school. And ironically enough, they're like social justice, community activists, community organizers, which is great. It's great to see people rehabbing the school, but it's hilarious because isn't the school supposed to be the FDMG? The Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy for Black Boys? And isn't this supposed to be for the Prince of Pan-Africanism, who is also pretty much doesn't want anything to do with white people and is anti-white and everything else, but yet it's a group of white people who've been rehabbing the school this entire time? And as E&J pointed out in their video, if you notice, you don't see Umar Johnson at the school anymore. He's not doing videos at the school anymore, okay, for a reason, okay? Then on top of that, the inspectors, Wilmington, Delaware, their local city government, the municipality, he's got back paid taxes on the school building properties that he has yet to pay. In the meantime, he's going out of the country, all into Africa and all over the place, through the country, traveling on your dime. And in the meantime, this is what I don't get. With all the money that he has raised through donations, he's raised more than enough money to pay for his child support. So I still don't understand how you can go travel to Africa and be all over the place, but then turn around and not pay for your children's livelihood, not be in your child's life. I just don't get it. But in the same breath, this is the same man that is going to help you, single black mothers, and to you fathers out there as well, to you parents, you black parents. He's going to help you raise your sons and potentially your daughters, your children, when he doesn't even raise his own children. He doesn't even support his own kids. Again, cognitive dissonance. And at this point, you people are crazy and you are delusional. And I don't, I'm done trying to be nice about it. There's no nice way of going around this. Also, anti-Afro-Bengalis pointed it out already numerous times. It's basically been a month since Umar Johnson has had access to his Cash App. Because once again, Cash App shut him down again. So now, his new tactics for getting donations is you need to physically mail in the donations. You got to do the snail mail. You got to get an envelope. You got to write a check or a money order or put a couple of $20 bills in there or whatever and send that in through the mail. Physical mail. You got to physically mail him the donations. Run me them donations, okay? And again, this has been going on for years. And every time somebody questions him, how dare we question the authority of the holy great Pan-African king, prince, king conscious Kong, whatever. How dare we, question his authority, And then his whole thing is, y'all don't even have high school diplomas. You have a damn GED. In the meantime, we don't know if you have a PhD, a master's degree, a bachelor's degree, an associate, a certification, or any of that, because you've yet to bring proof. We are still waiting for you to run those transcripts, and to run those degrees. We're still waiting. Years later, we're still waiting. The same way that you set up and said that you were as E and J mentioned in their video, the same way that he set up and said that he was a principal and a vice principal and a school psychologist all in the same time, the same way he's claiming to have all of these degrees, but yet when we question him about the money and what's going on with the updates and the finances of the school, how dare we question him? Because apparently none of us have diplomas, none of us have degrees, none of us have intelligence and common sense. And as Common Sense and Lennon Honor and so many others have mentioned before, okay, so many people have mentioned before the finances of running a school, okay? It's like literally at the high end, it's going to be anywhere from $1 to $2 million a year to run this school. Okay, and what Common Sense made a whole 2-hour video discussing how the previous charter school that was there failed, but showed how they were running it, and then showed another private school in Mississippi that's been going on for over 100 years and how they've ran, and they're a private school of predominantly black African-American children, black children, and people are paying out of pocket. They're paying a tuition. It's like $20-something thousand a year to send kids to a freaking private high school. And it's a boarding school. So so again, overwhelmingly, black parents are in poverty and they don't have $23,000 overwhelmingly. As a collective, they don't have $23,000 to pay for their kids to go to school. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't be sitting up here going through all the shit they're going through. But that's a whole nother video. And y'all gonna hate me when I say some of the stuff I'm gonna say. Because, yeah, I can get with social justice, but then I also get with accountability. I'm still trying to figure out why y'all keep having kids y'all can't take care of. And that's a whole nother... We know Umar Johnson is a prime example of what I'm getting at. You got a lot of these Gen Xers who have kids who they didn't take care of, and now they want to sit up here and play the mind game and the guilt trip and all this other shit. And I'm quite sure Umar is going to sit up and say somehow that the child support system is white supremacy and and women are using men for money, but you're using women for sex. And even if they did have a child with you, you willfully had unprotected sex with them. So you knew the risk going into this. So again, I'm going to listen to somebody tell me about how I should raise my children when this motherfucker ain't raising his own kids. Again, y'all are crazy and delusional. That's the end of this discussion. There's no, come on, people, come on. But again, by all means, continue to send in your donations physically because he's not doing Cash App anymore, because Cash App has shut that ass down. And again, Cash App is also probably trying to figure out, just like the courts, I know the courts and the legal system are also thinking, wait a minute, how are you getting all this money going to Denny's and Popeyes and all over the place? You in Africa, you at the Nat Turner resurrection site, you're all over the place, but you don't have money to pay child support. You don't have money to take care of your kids. A lot of stuff is not adding up, and this has been the case and scenario since day one. A lot of shit has never been adding up. Anyways, I'm out of here.